What are you doing? What are you doing? Leave it alone.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello, I'm Adrian Ross and welcome to another episode of Quick Drag. Today we have a brand new drag artist co-host. They are the Atlantic Canada Drag Entertainer of the Year for 2020. It's Justin Too Deep. Hey Justin.
Hello Adrian.
Good to see you. Thank you so much for being my co-host this week. I really appreciate it. It's amazing to have you here. Today, as I mentioned, we're going to be talking about the Xtra Meet the Queens videos. So, what did you think of the video for Anastasia Anakwe?
Starzy, if you're nasty.
I think she's a straight shooter. I really like that she just kind of like laid it all out and laid out what she was going to do.
I think with this video, it shows that she's invested a lot of time in drag. She said she's been doing drag for 17 years. That's forever in drag.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think she's going to be thrown by anything. I don't think she's going to be caught off guard. I don't think we're going to be seeing her weeping in the corner.
I got strength like Hercules, baby.
I'm going to call it now. She is going to be that one where like some girl will be talking about something ridiculous and she's just going to come up out of the corner and be like, whoosh. And then she's going to lay it all out for them. And it's going to be a fantastic moment in Canadian television.
She's going to tell them exactly how it is.
Exactly.
And what did you think about Boa?
This bitch is going to be one of my favorites because really she's got that kind of like rural maritime down home sort of air about her. I really like that she went for the hockey moment, especially the helmet that has the obvious like hole in the top of it for the ponytail.
Yes. I love just the irreverent quality that she brings to everything and that she's just willing to like be silly and look stupid. Also, when she cracked her nose, did you see that?
I screamed.
I hated it.
Content warning, close your eyes and plug your ears in 3, 2, 1.
It was horrible. And I hope she doesn't do it again.
No, like once was enough. That's good, thanks.
If it was All Stars rules, it wouldn't matter. She won the challenge. I'd vote her off for the next match.
You're like,
I love her, but it's so, oh.
Yeah, that was horrifying. What did we think about Ilona Burley?
Okay, so I feel Ilona Burley on a very spiritual level, former cosplayer, you know, oddly a nerdy, geeky person, and I'm a former cosplayer, so like I know that feel. I am here for all the indigenousness that they give us this season, because we like variety. And then yeah, non-binary. I'm non-binary myself, so I was really like everything about her I've just been feeling so far.
I think it's amazing that they're leaning into the representation part of it and talking about being non-binary and talking about being Indigenous and saying that they're not going to shut up about it.
I'm Indigenous and I'm very proud of it, so know that now, sissies.
Oftentimes we talk about representation and it being important to see someone like yourself because then you can feel that you can be that. And so I think Ilona will be that for a lot of people, which is fantastic and so important. Let's move on to Jimbo.
So I love her personality even before the first sentence ended. I thought she was very funny.
Yeah.
In this video, there was a moment where they were like, what do you like most about being a clown? And it was the first time that I felt like a person was coming through and that like there was a person behind that character. I love the character. I think the character is great and hilarious and quirky and weird. But I love that there's also a human behind it, and you can feel that.
Shh, don't tell him.
I try not to give a queen shit for having a character, just because I know that sometimes that character is just comprised of traits that they don't let other people see. Yeah. So I'm always cautious. We always don't know what's real and what's fake.
Yeah, I don't think it's that I want to hold somebody to just feeling like a character, but I feel like it is nice when you feel like you understand the person that's behind it.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's move on to Juicebox.
But I definitely wouldn't have picked a contest. This is my first time. I was nervous enough. So I really applaud her for her big giant balls. Of starting drag trial by fire. I love the makeup, and she had like, we have the same brows, except she does them far more beautifully than I. I'm just like, Yep, done. So yeah, I just love the look.
She's so relatable. She's so easy to connect to because she just seems really, really genuine. Also, she has a pigskin nipple.
My nipple is made of pigskin.
Yes, I do. The pigskin nipple.
That's gonna be the big selling point, is the pigskin nipple, I think.
It is. It is.
Brand it, Juice. You heard it here first.
I feel like that's a whole niche audience that she could just go for.
I mean, let's move on to Kiara.
Everything about her is gorgeous. I love that she's repping the like flat-chested moment. She's stunning, and she's very eloquent in the way she speaks, and I just want to know more.
I am an amazing performer, and I can do anything.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I don't really feel like I have a deep sense of who she is as a performer or as a drag artist yet, and I hope that the show will show more of that. Let's talk about Kine.
Oh my god. I'm on Team Kine for sure. I've been watching her YouTube videos for a very long time now. I am really excited to see Kine because I think she's going to kill it. If she's not top 4, I will be really surprised.
A lot of times with drag artists, they are very creative types, but they're not necessarily maybe more like math or science inclined. And Kine does both of those things, and both of those things really well.
I have sort of two brains. I love math and I love drag.
So I'm wondering if that will play into how they're able to do in the competition by having such a well-rounded skill set.
She's helping the greater good with her YouTube channel. It takes a special person to like teach all of the children.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And to be so confident in your own skills and abilities that you're like, I can share this with everybody, but I can still be great. We love a caring queen.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Lemon.
So my first thought was, we get it, you're from New York. I hope she doesn't do that whole New York thing. So I hope that she'll focus more on her Canadian-ness than her American-ness. Not that we don't love our neighbors to the south, but this is a Canadian program. She started talking and she's going on about being like a dancer. She's like, I did tap. And I'm like, yes, let's see the tap. We need to see you do the tap.
But also was on the Canadian national tap team.
I need to see the tap.
Lemon, if you're listening.
And tap for us, Lemon.
Tap for us. Let's move on to Priyanka.
I feel like for her, this is the fruition of a dream. And so I get really excited, like watching her do her thing. I've also been told that she's the very best, and people have talked her up a lot. And like I said, I haven't seen her source material a lot because I just hadn't watched any of it yet. But I have high hopes for Priyanka. And I mean, she's absolutely stunningly beautiful, just right off the bat. And the costume she's wearing is so absolutely gorgeous. And then on top of that, she's the queen of color, so she gets to show us, again, another facet of a culture that we don't get a piece of. Like, I'm very interested in observing the cultures of the people that make up Canada, because that's literally what we are. We're like one big giant like melting pot of different people. I have huge expectations just because of how much everybody has talked her up. Like, I fully expect to stand.
She hasn't been doing drag that long. She's only at the point of filming, I think she had been doing it for 2 years or 2.5 years. She kind of said in this video that my career just blew up. I started doing drag and it blew up.
From that moment on, my entire drag career just like blew up out of nowhere.
But like, I don't think that's giving herself enough credit, because she puts in so much hard work to give herself the opportunities that has allowed her career to blow up. So let's move on to our next queen, Rita Baga.
Rita Baga is very much like a strongly French queen, and I'm like super jazzed to see some French Canadian drag. Well, I found that my French sisters come up with like stuff that I would never come up with because they have such a unique perspective on things. So I'm excited to see what Rita Baga is going to bring to the scene.
The other thing I really liked about this video was that they talked about body positivity, talked about being a lot heavier, but being, you know, confident and comfortable in your body, whatever your body looks like.
It's important to keep our mind open and not judging anyone.
Which I think is great, because we don't always see a lot of representation from plus size queens, for example. There might be like one on a season or something like that, where I'm like, there's more of them out there than what we see. So I'm glad to see that even though maybe Rita has lost a fair bit of weight, that the mentality of body positivity is still there and present. Let's move on to our next queen. It's Scarlett Bobo.
I have been watching her from afar for a very long time. I love her aesthetic. I know a couple people who do like circusy stuff, and I'm always like happy to see drag performers that I guess deviate from the high kick split moment. And then at the end she said she was an empath. That's me. I'm here for that.
I'm an empath. I feel emotions very strongly.
Here for it 100%. If I went on Drag Race, I wouldn't stop crying from the moment I got there to the moment that I left. I would just cry the whole time.
So I'm probably gonna be doing a lot of crying. Ooh.
She's an empath. It's gonna be like another segment brought to you by Kleenex and Scarlett Bobo. She's very talented, and I think she's gonna bring a lot of personality to the show, which is great. Let's talk about our last queen, Tynomi Banks.
This is one of the Toronto queens I have seen. She usually comes down for Halifax Pride. Wonderful performer. Like if she doesn't make it to the final 2 or the final 4, I'll be really, really shocked. Because I honestly think next to Brooklyn Heights, she's like one of the most famous of them all.
I've made a name for myself. That was all me with the hustle.
I think she's the queen that has the most to live up to.
There are a lot of expectations with Tynomi because Tynomi has made a huge brand for herself. I think her going in so confident is kind of fine by me because she has reason to be.
Sorry, bitches.
In general, I think with Drag Race, it can be easy to go in thinking you know what it will be like. And we've seen many people who are maybe incredible queens outside of this particular type of competition, but don't really shine in this format. And so that may happen in Canada's Drag Race as well, but we'll have to wait and see. We are less than a week away from it airing.
I'm really looking forward to it, and I think that the cast they picked is really stellar, and I think that it's going to do nothing but good, hopefully, for our community. As much as I think all the queens that are on Canada's Drag Race are deserving, they definitely deserve to be there. I would have liked to see, you know, at least one queen from every province. I think it's going to be good for Canada as a whole, and I think it's going to bring our drag to the forefront, but I think that our locals will then be able to take advantage of this, I guess, heightened platform. And then, ideally, people will look at Canadian drag under the same awestruck, you know, moment that they do with American drag.
I agree.
Maybe, who knows, they'll get a little weird with it in season 2 or 3, and maybe you'll be hearing about Justin Too Deep, the first drag king or Drag Race.
Well, that's everything. So thank you so much to Justin Too Deep for being my drag co-host for this week. And be sure to come back on Wednesday to see an episode where we interview and profile Justin Too Deep. Thanks so much for watching Quick Drag. If you enjoyed that, hit the subscribe button over there, click on our social media links in the description below, and be sure to come back on Wednesday for a profile of Justin Too Deep.